Hello, beautiful ladies and all the gentlemen that'll be following us. I'm just gonna invite Tolu right on the spot. I just finished speaking with her. Yeah, hello. I'm just gonna invite Tolu. Okay. All right, so I'm waiting for Tolu to join so that I can, have her straight up. Thank you so much for joining today. Yay, Tolu is here. Yay, Tolu is here. Yeah, Tolu. Hello, Tolu.
Hi.
See the extra. See the extra. Tolu, thank you so much for being on this live with me. I am really
Oh, no
excited,
worries.
for real.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So I'm just gonna be giving you a background to how I met Tolu, and then we'll just go right into it because Tolu has all the she has so many things to share from us. You guys can see now. You guys can see. You guys can see. So the backstory is so I recently moved to Canada, and really, you can really say that Nigerian fashion style is so different from the Canadian fashion style. Let's even forget about the fact that it's cold here, but it's so busy in Nigeria. Like
Mhm.
everywhere you wear, so I'm literally just like you dress busy or you just look one kind. So I brought a lot of outfit from Nigeria, and I'm hoping that I was going to be wearing those outfits.
Yeah.
And when I got to Canada, I started feeling like it was looking like a misfit. You could easily spot me, or I could easily spot
hmm
myself. So I remember that I started getting uncomfortable about it. Even like nobody was telling me anything. Yeah, people will tell you look good, but I just knew that there's better. And I remember I wanted to get an outfit on Micah's because you just see this ad pop up on your Instagram, and it was Micah's, and I was like, oh, this brand is it different from Shein and all. And I remember started one of my strengths is like I can shuffle the internet from here to tomorrow. So I remember shuffling the internet, shuffling Instagram to see if there's a real person that I've actually worn this outfit.
hmm
And that was when I found your handle. And I remember I was looking for Michael, but I was on your handle, like I almost close to the beginning of when you started Instagram. I was so stuck, like, oh, this thing looks so good. Like, there's nothing to shout about, but it's just excuside. Like, it's just there's something about it. So, and then really, I've incorporated many of your styles. I mean, before I was always saving. I would save some of your posts on my Instagram. I felt like saving wasn't episode. I started screen gapping it. So I screenshot. I was like, okay, is it for me to go through my galleries and refresh? Okay, if I'm shopping, and I recently shop for some items, and I can say that your style was a guide. So thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. I mean, I'm on your healthy K. I'm like, okay, how this Tolu styling, This is simply like women supporting women, and I'm like, okay, I've had this idea of having a platform of bringing my friends, my new friends, and we're just talking and discussing and inspiring other women, And then, it's just been on my mind for so long, and I've just been overthinking it. I've been overcalculating it. I've been like, will I have people join and all? And it's just this month. I was just in my office like last week, and I designed a flyer because I can design flyer, and I'm like, who can I invite? And your name just popped in my head, like Tolu is you look up to Tolu a lot in terms of our fashion, and why not just reach out to Tolu? Let's see, because I know Tolu is a big brand. Tolu is out over 200K. Let me see if Tolu is going to say yes to me. Boom. Like they say, if you never try, you never know. So I am excited that I tried and you did say yes. Thank you so much. Like I have many of my friends that I really looking up to because I've vibed to you. I say, you guys, you're the face. So
Thank
Tolu,
you.
thank you for coming. And today we're just going to be talking from how to go from basic to bold, how you're able to, like, I want you to walk us down to how you're able to find your style. Because a lot of women also want to find their style as well. Yes, we all look good in our own way, but there is more. You just know that there is different, like there is more. Like you keep getting the same outfit and it doesn't look like what another person is wearing. Somebody said you caught a big fish. Yeah. Somebody,
Oh, oh my
yeah.
goodness. Not at all. Nothing
You
like
know,
that.
so like so Tolu, over to you, and then I'm just gonna give you the floor, and we can discuss more. So let's talk about how were you able to find your style? How
Mhm.
did you? I mean, how did you start learning all those combo? Like you know, like I started applying blush because I see you apply blush. Do you know what the first day that I applied blush, it was looking like I
Oh
had all
my
the blush packed on my
goodness.
face. My husband was like, "Kilo Shelley, what is going on?" I'm like, I was like, there's more to me, guys. Like, I want to know, you know. So yeah, so over to you. How did you find your style?
Okay. Thank you so much. I just say thank you so much for inviting me.
You're
I've
welcome.
never gone live before, so forgive me if I'm a little quiet and I'm a little shy. I'm just getting used to it. I rarely speak in front of the camera, but I just wanted to use this opportunity to like come out of my shell. So
Thank
I'm glad that
you.
you invited me.
Thank you.
So with regards to how I found my style, I don't remember the exact moment that I did, if I'm being honest. From as long as I can remember, I've always really liked clothes and fashion and like piecing things together. I was just thinking recently because I was trying to think back to at what point I realized that I liked clothes so much. And recently I thought back to when I was in primary school and
Mm.
I would be going for like parties, birthday parties with my mom or my sister, and my mom would bring out the clothes like the day before, and
Wow.
she put it in the room in the middle room so that we know what we're wearing for the party. And I'd go and I'd look at it because she will hang it together, like the top
Mm-hmm.
on top of the jeans or the top on top of the skirt. She'll put it and then put the shoes on the floor. And I'd go and I'd look at it and I'd be like, no, I don't want to wear this together. I'd rather wear this jeans with this top, or I'd rather wear these shoes. Like I'd always tell her no whenever she picks things from me. Like I always knew how I wanted it to look, even as far back as being
Wow.
a child. So
Wow.
thinking about that, I was like, okay, that's interesting because I didn't really think about it before then, but I realized that it's been a while since I've been very passionate about how I put things
Yeah.
together.
There.
And when I think about it, it's not like as if I'm putting together anything too serious because my style is not even complicated.
It's
It's not
not. It's not.
eclectic. It's very simple, but
Mm-hmm.
still, I just feel like when you have the right pieces, you put them together. I mean, people just appreciate how it looks. It doesn't have to be expensive. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be vibrant or colors are
Mm-hmm.
clashing or whatever. Like even if it's simple white shirt and black pants, it's
Yeah.
about how you wear it, I think, and also how you carry yourself. All of that comes together and just makes it look good. And people recognize that about you, and that becomes your style. So when I think about my style, I don't think about anything complex. I think
Mm-hmm.
about very simple. I think in my bio, I recently updated it to elegant chic with a twist. So it's just very chic. You're not going to find me doing anything extravagant. You're not going to find me wearing a cape or something extra. Some people that can pull it off, I really appreciate when I
I
see
know.
eclectic styles, but it's not something I know how to do, and I don't want to be who I'm not. I'm
Mm-hmm.
the denim girl. You see me wearing jeans at least twice a week. I wear very basic t-shirts, very basic shirts, maybe blazers, maybe a denim jacket. Like that's what you'll find me wearing. But I think over time, I've found ways to add things to it to just make it stand
Yeah.
out a bit. And I guess that's what we're going to talk about today,
Yeah.
is basically taking those basics and making it I don't know, making it a bit more bold and a bit more
Yeah.
modern. So yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing the background because the way I literally like, I'm also that girl that I mean, my basic style has always been, you wear any top with a jean or you wear anything with a black, and it was just always looking like, I've always, in my mind, in my typical mind, I always feel like every fashion, like every dress is complete on its own. But
Mm-hmm.
when I begin to see people like you, I'm like, okay, that's not true. I've been really living a boring life. Like, I treat every piece individually, not like combining them together, or I just feel like, okay, these can go with. I think the max that I've ever done was maybe I combine like two colors together, depending on the trends that you find online. And so I want you to walk us through, like, the, what will I call it, like, how to, like, get your mind to start thinking in that line, I'm looking for that word, like, because I'm the kind of person that I learn through observation. Like, I don't need to, like, have a conversation with you before I learn. I just need to observe you as long as I can, and before
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's just rub off on me. But a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are not like that. You need to, like, expose them and say, okay, think this way, like, think this direction. So I want you to just, like, give us, like, lead us through into how we can start thinking, like, maybe say that, okay, cite an example, even starting from your hair. Even because I know styling is just like, look at me now. If I'm wearing, I hardly wear earrings. I recently made a post like, please, guys, who has, what are the fashion items that you can actually do without. I'm that kind of person, like, I kept buying earrings. I know, like, was it not last week, I ordered some, like, I found out that, okay, when I go out, it's either I'm on my wedding ring and that's all. And I started observing that, okay, if you have like another jewelry piece, or you have your hand, I mean, even I have a wristwatch, but guess where the wristwatch is always in my bag. I'm that I'm that kind of person. And I'm like, I have to remind myself that, if this is not too much. Like, this is not too, it's not too much. It's just being
Mm-hmm.
the mindedness. So I wanted to, like, spoil us into it. Like, how do you think we can start? Like, how do you think ladies, women can start taking in that direction? Even some people will say that, oh, I don't have the time. Some people will say, I don't know where to shop. Some people will say, in fact, that fashion thing, let's just be. I mean, I just want to be like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I think first of all, you have to decide in your mind that you want to make changes to your wardrobe and your sense of style. Like, if you make that decision and say, okay, I'm tired of being basic, I'm tired of just dressing boring, I want to add things to my style that make me stand out. That's the first step, making that conscious decision. So when you make that decision, everything else that you do sort of leads you to that point. And for me personally, what I would do if I were that person, I would look for like five people who kind of represent what I want my style to be. People who might be influencers, who might be content creators, who might be just people who can dress, who are stylish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll follow those people, right? I'll take a look at what they do, what they wear, how they put pieces together. It'll give you ideas because you learn, like you said, you learn from observing other people, right?
Yeah.
So I'll do that. Then I'll go to Pinterest because Pinterest is literally a
Oh.
godsend.
But when I go to
With
Pinterest, I'm always confused.
no, with
They just
so with Pinterest, exactly, since there's a lot of things, you have to kind of narrow it down for yourself.
Mhm.
And it boils down to also thinking about where you are most of the day. So if you're someone who works a 9 to 5 and you go into work every day, it means that more than half of your wardrobe would be work clothes, right?
Yeah.
So that already kind of narrows it down for you. So you're focusing on work outfits
Mhm.
on Pinterest. Now you can
Okay.
start creating boards on Pinterest for summer work outfits, spring work outfits, winter work outfits, and then you start to group them together. And when you see, the more you search for those things, of course, the more Pinterest will send you things that look
Oh,
like that. And
great.
so when you see, yes, as I said, that's her favorite app. That's my favorite app
Oh,
as well.
really?
My
Yeah.
favorite app. That's what
I'm
I
I'm
go to.
sleeping on Pinterest. I
Only you
mean,
have to be on Pinterest if you
Mm.
want to take if you want to elevate your fashion style because you always see people give you a new idea about something you
Oh.
already have, right? You already have a pair of denim jeans,
Mhm.
but did you know you could wear it this way or that way? When you see other people's ideas, you can combine it with your own idea and you create a new style. that inspires the next person.
Oh,
So that's essentially
oh,
how I think about it. So someone like me that I go into work every single day, most of my clothes right now are actually work clothes. So
okay,
a bulk of my Pinterest is work fashion. And so I'm constantly looking for new ways to style work clothes, looking for people who are also posting about work related stuff. And all of
mm-hmm.
those things give me ideas. So I go and look at what I have and I try to
Okay,
create something similar, which would bring a
oh,
new style that someone else can look at and get inspired by. So that's pretty much how it works. You think about what you do, what you're most likely to wear. So if you
okay,
don't have to go into work every day, maybe you're a casual girly, you only like denims, you only
yeah,
t-shirts and stuff, then that's what you can focus on and start to build your style from. It
okay,
basically revolves around what your lifestyle looks like. I have a friend who is an event host. Her wardrobe is filled with event dresses.
you
I mean, it only
know,
makes sense. So always have to think about where you're constantly going, where you show up to, and that can kind of inform what you should be looking out for when you're looking out to build your style. So
mm,
I guess that's what I would say. That's what I think can help. First of all, thinking about making this conscious decision that you want to elevate your style, looking for people who can inspire you, using Pinterest to learn
learn,
more about what that style
yeah,
can look like,
mm-hmm.
and then start incorporating that into your
Wow.
everyday.
Thank you. So when you were talking, three things actually dropped into my mind that I'm going to hack. So the first of it is this Pinterest. I mean, I have known Pinterest for a very long time. I think as far back as like close to 10 years. But anytime I go on Pinterest, like recently I actually did the app because they usually like I mean I dedicated a particular email address. I always get notifications like Pinterest picture. I'm like, no, I can't continue that way. I unsubscribe, and I also like deleted the app.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, when I'm trying to like put my house together, I went on Pinterest again, and the same confusion that I have back then, I still had. And I think for the fact that it happened to me typically makes knows that it's actually going to happen to a lot of women as well. Like, oh, when
Mm-hmm.
you talk to some, like when I talk to some of my friends, like, oh, babes, what do you think? I'm like, well, if I don't want stress, I don't want, I don't want stress. So can you just like maybe feel like meaning and not? Can you just like help somebody like me and like other people how to navigate that Pinterest
Mm-hmm.
app? Because really, I've seen people say that, oh, they through Pinterest, you even see some post on Instagram and say making your kitchen Pinterest worthy, making
Mm-hmm.
your outfit Pinterest worthy. How do I like navigate? Like, do I need to use the search button? I know it's not like you have the app right now, so you may just give us a little spore, and then we can take that little lesson back home so that we know that Pinterest is not that difficult, and it's not that difficult to navigate new apps like that.
Yeah, I personally don't think Pinterest is difficult. I think it just depends on what you're looking for and how you create boards from there.
Okay.
Of course, there are millions of pictures of different things you might be searching
Yeah.
for. So,
Mhm.
for example, I've started building like my summer fashion board. All I have to do is just maybe type um, summer or denim looks for summer,
Okay.
and maybe the first page that I see, if I see a look that I like, I just save it to the
Oh,
board. So you have to create the board
you
first,
have
and
to
then
create a board first.
yes, and
Okay.
then obviously scroll through the search and then save what you like. You have to save it to the board. And so if you maybe in that collection you have like 50 different outfits saved to your board, you can always go back to that board to make reference to say,
Mhm.
what have I saved? So maybe for example, I have an event next Saturday and I'm trying to think about what I want to wear. I can just open that Pinterest board to check for what I've saved previously. Oh my bad. Search for what I've saved previously, and I might see something. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually have a yellow shirt. I can
Okay.
wear it with this skirt. Okay, nice. And then that inspires me, and I go and I wear something because I've saved it. So I think that's pretty much how it works. You have to save it to the boards that you create. You can create infinite number of boards. You can create denim boards, you can create skirt
Okay.
boards, you can create ballet flat boards, like
Oh,
depending on what exactly you
I'm going to
want to
try that.
style.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to style, create as many boards as possible and save those images there. And whenever you want to make reference to them, you can always go back
Go back.
to check those
Wow.
boards and pick stuff from there. That's pretty much how
Wow.
you do it.
I'm going to try that. somebody said, one of my friends said, for me, Pinterest shows outdated fashion. So it's
That's
absolutely.
interesting. I saw that as well. I mean, people have different, thoughts about it. Personally, I don't think so. I think Pinterest is very updated. Like, if you're looking for the trends, the latest of the latest, when people have, when something is about to trend, you will find it on Pinterest. If the color of the season, like for example, the color of the season right now is butter yellow, just type
Mm,
butter yellow on Pinterest. You
butter
see
yellow. Okay.
millions and millions of pictures of how different people are wearing that color.
Okay.
So I think for me, doesn't feel that way. It feels like a very, very relevant platform to find stuff that's trending. But at the same time, trends are also tricky. You don't want
Mm,
your entire wardrobe to be based off of trends. If not, you keep
mm.
buying and buying and buying.
Oh,
You want to focus more on things that would have rewear value, things that you would
mm,
always have for a long time. You want to focus on things that are quality. You want to also focus on things that are your style. You can't wear things because they're trending, but what if they're not your style? What if they don't fit you? So
mm.
there are lots of nuances and a lot of things
I
you have to consider.
know.
Yeah.
All right. So the second one thing that excuse me, that came to my mind was, you mentioned that okay, you need to like look at where you're going, what kind of thing that you do to determine your style. But do
Yeah.
you also think that when you change your style, you attract better things, better opportunities? Because let's people say that it's because of that style that you're where you are, or maybe when you change your style, you begin to have a bigger desire. For example, like recently when I decided to upgrade my style, I begin to become like there's a particular awareness that comes to my mind. There's a way I begin to see myself. There's an event that I begin to see that I kind of fit. So do you think reason why a lot of us are stuck where we are is because of our style?
Um,
What do you think? Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't think so. It really boils down to your goals, because that's, I mean, if you're not someone who's passionate about fashion, it shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
influence how you see yourself. You can get away with wearing anything you want to wear. But now if you're someone who maybe is a fashion influencer, a fashion creator, that's when you can say, okay, I want to make my style definite so that people who are following me know that they follow me because I'm relatable to them in this way. Someone like me now, I may never have 100,000 followers, and that's fine. If I have my 13K followers that like my style because it's something that they see themselves in, that's
Mm-hmm.
okay by me. At the end of the day, it's what works for you, what fits you,
Yeah.
and what you feel you're most like yourself in. You can't be someone you're not. I
Yeah.
can't dress eclectic because it's just not me. I'm
Yeah.
always going to be simple. Mostly you find me wearing basic pieces that I just put together in a really nice way, and that's fine because there's some people that can relate to that. They don't want to do too much, they don't want to stress too hard, they just want to put things together and still feel good about themselves. So it's about you. What do you like? What do you want? And then defining it so that people see it and they instantly, oh, okay, that's something Tolu would wear. That's something Ife would wear, because they kind of know and expect what you would show up in if you were going to be out. So,
Yeah, thank you so much. Then the next one I wanted to ask that just came to my mind is, do you think styling takes time? Because a lot of women would say that I don't have that time.
mm,
I don't have the time. I don't want to shop. I just want comfort. So in looking at how you style, how you build your styling,
mhm,
I know it's inherent to you. It's like, when you do something consistently, you get used to it. You don't even know
mhm,
that you're spending so much time, or you don't even feel it because you can do it fast. Like for example, every morning. So one thing I always try to do is that I find that every morning I always have this confusion of what to wear, what to wear. So what I try to do is that I try to like set out my heart rate at night because I feel like I have all the time and nothing is like no time is running against me in the morning. So what do you
mm.
think? Can you just help us debunk it? Because I know so many of my friends are here. They will say, if this will takes time, there's no time. There's no time. So what do you think about that?
Um, I think that's a very interesting question because I don't think that there's an answer to it.
Mm,
I think that no matter how long you've been doing this, you would definitely still have moments where you struggle. So I have moments where I'm like really quick. So for example, I'm shooting a reel and I'm combining different outfits together, like different outfit styles together in one video. And my housemate is like, how did you just think about this just now? I'm like, I don't know. I just put everything together and it works. And she's like, oh my God, how did you think about that so fast? I'm like, I really don't know. Maybe at the back of my head, I've seen someone wear something like that before. Or somewhere in my head, somebody has saved, I've saved something like that on Pinterest and I didn't even realize. And my head's just like, actually, yeah, you can wear brown and yellow together or something.
Wow.
And then it works, right? But on some other days, it's the opposite. Maybe I'm going to work and I thought that the shirt and pants that I picked out would go together and I wear it and it's like a joke. And so I'm spending 30, that was me yesterday, spending almost 30 minutes trying to figure out what to wear to work because what I picked out didn't look good.
Mm.
So I don't think there's an answer to that. It's not something that you overcome as a person. But I know that some people it will be slower for them than others. And so just like what you said about preparing ahead of time, just like when my mom used to bring out my clothes for me the day before, you
Mm-hmm.
plan ahead. If you know you have an event on Saturday, you figure out what you want to wear before that day. You don't just go on the day of and start
Of
rummaging through your
course.
wardrobe trying to figure out what you wear.
Yeah.
That's when you start planning. That's when you go through your Pinterest. That's when you think, oh, what do I actually have?
Mm.
How will those things work together? You can even try them on before the day
For
and
the
be sure
day.
that it works out. Ask somebody, maybe ask your housemate or ask your husband, does this look good? If they're like, yeah, it looks good, then you go ahead and
Are you?
you wear it. So
You
it's
right.
about knowing who you are, knowing how much time it would take you on average to prepare
Mm-hmm.
for stuff like that, and then just planning accordingly.
Thank you. So you can see, like my friend just said, I am that friend. Maybe she's the one. She's the one. You say, friend, there's no time. Oh, so one of my friends just asked that how does one body shape affect styling, especially
Mm,
moms coping with postpartum weight gain and all.
mhm.
So
Um,
what do you have to say
yeah,
to help us?
Yeah, personally, I think that there are a lot of tips that people have outlined. Generally, experts have said, oh, if you're a certain body shape, you wear certain types of prints, you wear certain clothes that maybe have a loose fit, or things that have maybe, I don't know. There are lots of things like that. I don't really have those with me here. It's something that maybe I can check and also share
Thank you.
after this live. But I
Mhm.
do know that there are tips around that. I know that if someone is wider, in the waist. They
I
shouldn't
want to say,
wear
especially
horizontal.
with big tummy.
I
Thanks to money.
know if somebody is wider around the waist region, they shouldn't wear horizontal stripes, for example. They should wear
Mm,
vertical. So it gives that long, gives a taller look. Like it frames you better when you wear long stripes rather than horizontal stripes. I know
oh,
that people who are maybe on the plus size should wear a lot of black because black is slimming.
yeah,
I know that
okay.
if you also have just recently put on weight, maybe from pregnancy, you should just avoid tight fitted clothes for now. You can
No.
cover up with nice blazers, like an oversized
Mm,
blazer with like
mm,
baggy trousers, a loose shirt. There are lots of things that can be done to work around that without necessarily feeling like you look bigger, right? You can still be
wow.
stylish with what you have. And yeah, happy to do some research and share some of those tips later
Thank you.
so that I don't say what is not correct.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, there are
Mm,
definitely ways to work around that. It's not the end of your fashion at
mm,
all. At least while you're working
mm.
towards losing the weight, you can still look stylish by putting the right things together.
Yeah, so true. Because me too, I've been battling with this tummy that refused to go. And thanks to Gadu, I think it's been helping me. And then also just like one of the tips that you shared, like trying to go all over, like just go a size upper.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of helped me because I felt like okay, when
Mm-hmm.
I was doing my exact size, I started feeling like there's some area that looks a bit, they were just puffing out. So I started doing a bit higher, and my comfort, my convenience just
Yeah.
settled in.
Mine
It's
too. Yeah,
yeah.
because at the end of the day, like a big part of style is also your confidence. So if you're wearing
Mhm.
something that you don't feel comfortable or confident in, then you don't carry it well and people can see through you. So at the end of the day, you want to prioritize stuff you're comfortable in, so that when people see that, they see that elegance in you, and that kind of makes the outfit go from 0 to 100.
Yeah,
So that's
so
part of
true.
it. Yeah.
Because even for women, like for moms that are like for women that are struggling with postpartum, like me, I remember in your mind, you don't know that you've grown bigger until you go shop and you think, oh, this size should size me, this size
Mm-hmm.
should size. When you put yourself into him, like, oh, this is so tight, this is
Mm-hmm.
not working and all.
Yeah.
And it's just that tip that you shared has just helped me. Like I started sizing up
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. I love it for myself that I'm comfortable. No part of me is looking extra buggy.
Mm-hmm.
And why I'm also like, looking at losing weight and or so the last one, because I know I just want to stay with 30 minutes, like, can you tell us like basics, like give us just an idea of basics that you should have in your that we should have in our wardrobe? I remember one of the things I was saying that I learned from you is the black pants. I remember you shared there was a black pant that you shared on your Instagram. I went through your LTK. You got it from Harding, and the black pants is amazing. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
So I know black pants. I don't have black pants before, but because I'm like, okay, you need to get two correct black pants. I didn't just go for one. I went for
Mm.
two. And
Yeah.
that's me. If I see something that is good, my mind will only be like, okay, Ife, why don't you just get it? Just in case that you don't put too much pressure on
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, can you just tell us basics, like from being office girl, now it's almost summertime,
Mm-hmm.
we need to do some summer grooves.
Exactly, for sure.
So
For
yeah, just,
sure.
just give us like general tips of things that you think we should, from office basics to summer basics to yeah,
Okay.
and anything that comes
Um,
out of your mind.
for sure. Okay, so for me, I would say, let me start from a 9 to 5 girl. Some things that you should definitely have in your wardrobe would be, like you said, the black pants. Because what you go into without black pants, you always would need black pants. If it's for like a meeting or a conference, or just even going to work on a day-to-day basis, black pants are staples because they go with every color of shirt. And yeah, just have that corporate and professional look. You can take it a step further by adding gray, brown, all the neutral colors. Pants is always good to go neutral because it just brings the look together. I mean, some people can pull off some interesting colors like pink, red, yellow. I
Wow.
don't really venture that far. I like my pants neutral because if you just have those 3 to 4 colors, you're set, you're good to go.
Mm.
You focus more on the tops, and that's what you keep rotating as you go on. Because of course you keep changing the tops depending on the season. You can go knitwear. If it's warmer, you can wear your shirts, your chiffons. That's fine. But basics, look for the 4 key neutral colors for your pants. They could be long, they could be tapered, whatever your preference is. Just get those 4 colors. Then a white shirt. A white shirt is so important. I think I don't
Ah.
even have just one. I have like maybe 10 at this point. So you can get as many as possible.
Oh.
Because white shirts, like the more you wear them and the more you wash them, like, eventually you get
Mm.
to that point where you're like, okay, yeah, this has to go. So you get yourself a
Yes,
white
I would
shirt
say it.
because yeah, the white shirts you wear them with different pants you have, the different skirts that you have, you style them in different ways. You always need a white shirt. Another thing I would say is get yourself a blazer, preferably black, but it doesn't have to
Mm.
be black. It can be
Okay.
any of the neutral colors, like I said. So either black, gray, brown. It's the last one. I can't remember. But yes, get yourself one or all of the neutral colors of blazers because that's what you would alternate with the different tops that you have. You
Um,
can wear it with jeans on Friday. You can wear it with the skirts. So all of those things, when you have those basics, oh, and camisoles. So you can get
mm.
camisoles. You should get camisoles as well that you wear inside the denims or inside sweaters and whatever it is that you have. So you can create like endless mixing and matching from those things I just said. I think I have a video where I did something similar, where
Okay.
you have just 3 pants, you have 3 jackets, and you have like 3 tops, and you can keep rotating them. Today you wear the black trouser with the white top and then the gray blazer. Tomorrow you wear the gray pants with the white blazer. Just keep mixing that way, and you get endless combinations from those basics that you have. And of course, you build from there. Feel free to keep adding what you want to add,
What do you want to add?
different colors of shirts, different colors of tops. Go ahead and do what you want to do. But those basics, I think, would be key to have. Then for casual or going out, me, I would always have jeans. I think My life is
Mhm.
just jeans at this point. I have different types, different colors, but of course, maybe a pair of dark blue, a pair of light blue, black, and maybe a pair of prints, maybe animal skin jeans or something else that you might like. So if you have those four, you can keep rotating. Just like I said, today you wear the black, tomorrow you wear the blue. That's basically how it works. I think tank tops are also very important. Always have a
Mm.
white tank top. It comes in so
And
handy and
the
it goes with everything.
everything.
So get yourself a white tank top as well. I like trench coats. So if you want a
Mhm.
short trench coat or want a long trench coat, that's also good. Especially those of us that live in Canada or colder
Yeah.
regions, you would always need
Mhm.
something like that just so that you're okay if it gets windy. Um, what else? I think scarves. I think scarves are trending now.
Oh,
So
okay. Yes, I have
yeah,
this thing.
yes. So you can add scarves to your collection. You can add maybe over your shoulder. You
Okay.
can put it on your waist. You can use it as a belt. You can tie it on your head. That's also good. And accessories, very
Mm.
important. I think that accessories they really bring your look together.
I
You
really
can wear
want
a
to.
dress and then you put like big accessories like this, and it becomes a full
Absolutely.
look. You can add rings to your outfit, you can add bracelets, whatever it is that's your style. If you like gold, you like silver, you like colors, whatever that is, accessories really, really add to your look and bring it together. So those are some of my
Thank
must-haves,
you.
and I hope it helps.
It is. It does really help. Thank you so much. So we were like, thank you for sharing. Thank you. I mean, because someone is saying that, oh, am I going to save it? Obviously, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it. And also, like, go a step what I've been putting on my on YouTube and tagging Tolu. I'm really like, I mean, this is a masterclass on its own, a chit chat on its own. We've learned a
Masterclass.
lot. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you for sharing your thought. Thank you for taking us
Anytime.
down to your styling. Now we
Mhm.
can upgrade our styling. Like you are influencing a lot of us. So like, don't worry. If you put it into and say we should carry it on our head, we'll help you carry it. Thank you so much, Tolu. I mean, it's such an amazing moment with you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Like that last point that you said, I'm putting it into point like accessories. Like some of us we're just it's not like it's so stressful. It's just being conscious and building yourself as a brand and not just seeing
Mhm.
yourself as just it's just a little bit of taking a step further. At least a little step that I've added further, like the blush and the bronzer. My friends are like, Ife, this is looking. I say, oh yeah now. But just be careful, don't apply too much before you start looking like Auntie Ramota. All right, well, thank you. Thank you. Someone said really enjoy it. Thank you so much for sharing. Super insightful. Thank you. So, on today's episode, we're drawing the curtain and see everybody next week, Saturday. Thank you, Tolu. Have a fabulous rest of the
Thank
week.
you.
Bye. Thank you. Lots of
Bye. Thank
love.
you.
Bye. Thank you so much.